Welcome to Project Die Hard Mission Monday Update. We are here every Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Central because we've got a lot going on here, and you are in the right place at the right time so that you can be in the know of all the things going on with Project Die Hard. Haven't heard of us yet? Well, it's about time, and you're in for a treat tonight to find out the things that are happening. We got a lot to catch up on, and we have some amazing guests that are going to be joining us as well. So I love to start every Monday with the one and only Brian Gibson. He is the founder and president of Project Die Hard. Without him, there is no Project Die Hard. So he is the guy, and I'm so happy to have him here to share all the details. How you doing, Brian?
I'm doing good, Sue. All except for that holiday spike. It's in
already
effect.
here.
It's in effect. As I said in the morning meeting, I know personally of 17 in the past week that have lost their fight. Oh, wait, I take that back. 18 now.
It's so hard to wrap my head around. I know, the the average is a lot higher than that per day, but the fact that you actually are in arm's length and know of that many, that just to me says there's...
Well, it's not being in arm's length. It's what I do for a living. So people send me emails, Facebook messages, Instagram messages. Look, folks, I know there's a problem. You don't got to remind me every day that I'm failing miserably at it. But I can only work with what I have.
100%. That is something that as one person, you can only do so much. And that's where the more we gather on the team, the more we can do, the faster we can do it.
Yeah. Well, on that, I know we have our guest waiting in the background, so let me get to what I do every week. Here we go. Bing. Yeah, I like this. No, I can't do that. You can't see half of it. All right.
You want this one?
There you go. Hey, drop that donate and save for a second.
Oh, will do.
All right, folks. This is the season while most of us are wrapping gifts and gathering the family together. There are veterans right now in our community that are fighting battles that you cannot see. Project Die Hard, we exist for them. The men and women that gave so much and come home just to go, you're forgotten. We're working to change that, but we can't do it alone. All right, stop walking past the problem and step directly into this solution here. We are building a space, right, that will house 12 single veterans and 2 veterans with their families for up to a year at no cost to them, providing them with stability, skill training, community, and a genuine opportunity to heal. If you don't ask, it's an automatic no. All right. You have questions. We have been blessed. December 13th at Bob's Drive-In in Paducah, Kentucky, a professional display booth has been patronized. Right? Well, guess what we need now? We need 14 people to step up. Is an hour worth of your time? Can we get you for an hour to stand behind a booth and hand out stuff? Saying you should is just like saying no. Emailing volunteer@projectdiehard.org is telling the world that you do care. Oh, look at this. Community caring is the key. Crossroads Lawn and Garden, US Highway 6080 in Benton, Kentucky, has a pallet waiting for you. That's what we need, 88 bags of Quikrete. So there is a place now where you can go and drop off your bag of concrete. Oh, by the way, while you're there, look for that little orange can on their counter, fill it full of money so we can put a tractor and everything else they're helping to supply. What can I say more? Our next facility drive is December 20th. Plan a trip. On the, I don't know if it's left or right, but on the one side where it says investors seek profits. I threw this one together about an hour ago because I don't need investors because there are no profits to be made here at Project Die Hard. If you want to make a profit, I got a couple guests in the background that can tell you how to make profit. And they're really good at it. They help the mission. Oh, wait, right there. On the mark, nonprofit, easy way. This podcast right here, we need more guests. They must bring hope to heroes. And it must benefit our mission to be a guest on this podcast. Is it so hard to understand? Monday at projectdiehard.org. Trust me, I bug my team every day to check their emails. Volunteers are the muscle and the mind of the mission. Okay, here, folks? Teamwork makes the dream work. What is your calling to help veterans? All paid positions start as volunteers. You have to show your heart. Right now, for the Die Hard 1 build, we need it inventoried and a parts list made up. And then it'll be taken on tour, raffled off, and then we can build more facilities. This is our responsibility, are the facilities. That's our job. The fellowship breakfast and the fellowship Friday events, those are outreach programs. And they do wonders. But I meet veterans that need our facilities. And I do everything in my power to get them the help they need. But it would just be so easy if I could say, hey, man, hop in the van. We're going to take you up to the fob. Mm-hmm. Right here, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, the holiday spike. The demons are attacking our heroes right now. How do I know this? Because I lived through it. These demons are real. There's only one way to fight them. That's hope. Don't be afraid to talk about suicide. It's a bad problem, but if you don't talk about it, you can't change it. Remember, check your vet. Find and support our community support program members. Find and dine at our Club 22 members. Pick one. Are you a volunteer or a patron? Scan that code. It's going to take you right to the website. You can learn a lot more. Can I bust it down any simpler than that, Sue?
That's that's what we're here for. That was perfect. We know where we're at. We know what's going on, and there's a lot. I'm always amazed at how much happens in a week. Truly, that's why we're here.
Again, people, this isn't me. All credit goes to God. Praise to my team. I'm just the founder. I just protect the integrity of the mission and ensure that my brothers and sisters get only the best care. Speaking of that, here's your warning backstage. Get ready. Sue, which one are you going to bring in first?
Oh my gosh. Well, I think we need to bring Mark in first. He was on with us this morning and part of that conversation. So we'll go ahead and start in the conversation with the one and only Mark Bailing. Here we go. How are you on the Mark TV? Why don't you go ahead and remind everybody again who you are, what y'all do?
Hi, my name is Mark Balin. I'm the CEO of On the Mark MERC TV, which is now the hottest Roku channel on the planet with over 500,000 viewers a week. And I'm also a U.S. Navy veteran, senior citizen, and friends of the family. So PDH, Project Die Hard, is my mission in life as much as it is Brian's and Sue's.
Excellent.
All right.
Well, do you want to go ahead and keep bringing people in and we'll open the conversation up wide here?
Yeah, let's do that. I like that.
All right. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and bring in Anthony Sardelli. He is with Nonprofit TV, and so happy to have you here.
Dr. Anthony Sardelli.
It's always a problem following Mark, but I'm going to do my best.
It is really, I get it.
There it goes. Anyway, I'll do my best. Now, my humble effort is called Nonprofit TV. We are both a streaming TV service and a real world service. So we're in every major city in Texas and now in LA and soon in Arizona. So what that's going to do is help lift great causes like this even higher, where people are going to see it, whether they want to or not, out in the public space. And of course, they're going to learn a lot more about you here online. So yeah, we're looking forward to helping make that happen.
Excellent.
All right. Now, folks, I got to address the elephant in the room here because we've been shouting it out forever and a day. These two brothers in arms understand the mission and what needs to be done. They're willing to help by providing our community support program members with that magic commercial. Is that what it's called, guys? I don't know.
PSA commercials.
Yeah. If you were around for the weekend, the weekly thing, man, I don't need investors because we're not here to make money at Project Die Hard. We're here to save lives. But I understand you guys have tools that if somebody needs to make some profit, you can pretty help them do that.
Mark, let me let you go first on that one.
Sure. So, yes, because what happens is both myself and Anthony and our partner, Eric Zulli and Maureen Cooper, we have what they call a conglomerate of television networks. And we have an opportunity to put you in front of 500 million people or more. And then we can put you on 500 million people live streaming and having our television networks across the entire globe. We can also put you on over 100 affiliate channels locally. So if you want that United States, visual and people seeing you in your own hometown, then we could do that for you too. And now what we're also doing is we're bringing in dedicated televisions, and that's what Anthony specialist is. He does that. So we have multiple streaming opportunities for you to reach more people and more visibility. And more visibility means more money for you. So we help you and your brand get out there.
And Anthony, you want to add anything to that?
No, the Mark hit the mark, So
Yeah,
exactly that. I mean, we've got great viewership right now. I mean, in the public space for what I do, just in Texas, we reach 350,000 a week, 1.4 million a month. And we're going to have similar numbers, I think, in Arizona, similar numbers in LA. So these work really well together. But the streaming reach is just really incredible. You hear these numbers and they just sort of bounce off you. You really got to let that sink in a little bit. That's a device reach. That's the potential number of people that can reach. Sure, that's great. Everybody can say that, right? Well, we have people that are behind the scenes that are able to give us placement that you're not able to get anywhere else. And that's why we have people like Mark, who's got a record-breaking Roku channel, highest growth in their history. Wrote him a letter, asked him for help. Ridiculous. Did it not once but twice. So I'm sure he's looking forward to the hat trick. But that's the kind of power we've got. And because, I'm a veteran as well, just like Mark said, he's a veteran. We care. We want to get involved. So we're going to try to take care of you, whether you're a nonprofit or whether you are for profit, any way we can. And we've got some interesting plans in mind, and there's lots of ways to do it.
Well, and again, I know when I sat and I met you guys, you guys are blessing this mission outstandingly. And there's big things in the works, but we all got to put that pieces in place before we can pull triggers. We all know this. But right now, you joined Project iHeart Community Support Program. We're going to help. They're going to help you because you're helping us. Sue, I don't know.
Well, let me make it a little bit easier for you, Brian. So I'm going to show you when we say we're streaming across multiple networks. We want to show you what we're talking about. Okay. So when that's what I want to show you. So here's what your typical Roku TV looks like. Okay. So this is what you see. You see all these apps. All right. YouTube, all the big ones. YouTube is on there. And all the big ones, okay? Netflix, Prime, Peacock, ESPN, Hulu, Roku, Disney, NFL, Paramount, HBO Max, Apple TV, Showtime. You guys know all these names, okay? But if you look at the top of this list, like here's Netflix, here's Prime, here's Peacock. Look where On The Mark TV is. I'm on the top of the list. All right, I'm above Peacock. I'm above ESPN. I didn't do that, guys. Roku did that. Okay, that's viewership. All right. And if you look up here, this is our newest one. This is Nonprofit TV. If you see Nonprofit TV, they made him his own separate entity, which means more than you think, all right, when it comes to Roku. Because all these other ones that are on here, all right, like here's EasyWay. Now, EasyWay's been around a while, right? So EasyWay TV is the oldest one of all, and iDreamSee TV. And we're on this. If you go to EasyWay TV, we'll show you. This is the LA channel. This is Eric Zulli, our partner. And we show you what's going on here. When you open up EasyWay TV, and I'm on EasyWay. Here we go. Right? When you open this up, you're going to notice here, look. See, here's Bill Duke TV, big name. Holyfield TV, big name. Look, there's Nonprofit TV. Scroll down a little bit. There's On The Mark TV. So me and Anthony are on multiple streaming networks across the world. And we're on and when you go to when you go to Nonprofit TV, see, when we say we partner up, we're telling you the guys on the street, when we say partner up, we're not making believe we're part of these networks, okay? See, we meet you where you are. This is Nonprofit TV. He just came live on Wednesday, okay? So here it is streaming, and we put him up on within 24 hours. See, like Nonprofit TV, and there's On The Mark TV. See, and then we're connected to all these channels and all these movies and all this other stuff. And if you go to my channel, again, when you go to my channel, okay, you'll see the same thing. When you go to On The Mark TV, you'll see Nonprofit TV. So that's why we're a multiple streaming network, because we have all these connections amongst all these channels. And then what we do is we're on 400 brands of televisions across 4 continents. Okay, 4 continents. That's including North America, by the way, Canada, Mexico, India, Europe, Asia. We're on whale TV. So every time a TV is made or TV's been made, we're on it. Okay, no one else can say that. There's Netflix. You'd be surprised. They're not where you think they are. Okay, because you're in the United States, yes, you see them. Okay, but they're not necessarily global. And a lot of countries don't allow certain networks on there based on what they show on television. Myself and Anthony, we have wholesome TV. All right, we're not showing. I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about any other channel, but we're not gangster. We're not the cursing, the racism. We're just not. That's not who our beliefs are. That's not where we come from. Okay. If I find out that my channel has something bad on it, I immediately ask the person who programs my channel, please do not have that on there. And she may not know that, but I don't want it on there. I just don't want that coalition. I don't want that brand mixing my brand up with it. You know what I mean? So I want to share that brand to you and make it something you believe in. That's why we have Praise TV, Quinley TV, cowboy movies, Westerns. Those are cool. Those are fun. Those are things we grew up with. We're old school TV guys. If you want all that, that movie stuff and all that fun stuff and all that crazy stuff, hey, Netflix, Hulu, Prime, they're more than welcome to it. I have my own subscriptions, but if you want good, wholesome TV that has beliefs, who believes in what the right thing to do, the right thing to do with a veteran, the right thing to do with a senior, the right thing to do with a child, then come to On the Mark TV and come to Nonprofit TV, because that's what we believe in.
Yeah, again, guys, I revert back to the Die Hard 1 build. You saw it in the update, right?
Mm-hmm.
That build will happen by veterans. It will be recorded, edited, and then shown on these channels. That's showing what veterans can do. That you're not all broken. Okay? It benefits my mission because I involve veterans learning a skill. Oh, Little Meanie Wrestling is going to take it around, show it off, right? And then we're going to bring it back home and raffle it off, and all those funds go to build more facilities.
The owner of Little Mania Wrestling, Jay Pinaro, and his dad, Jay just got out just barely months ago after a 14-year distinguished career in the Army, where he has an absolute chest full of ribbons. And he did a lot of overseas time, a lot of Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq. He was overseas for many, many, many years. He had a tremendous amount of battle time under his soul. And Jay got out, and now he's engaged. He's about to be married. He runs Little Mania Wrestling. Go to social media, go to Facebook and watch Little Mania Wrestling. These are Midget Mayhem. These guys bring total entertainment into your house every single day. They travel all over the country, over 300 times a year. They're in your neighborhood. Look for them. They support us deeply.
Murfreesboro, Illinois, January 10th. They're going to be there.
Wow.
Murfreesboro, Illinois, 11 miles from Forward Operating Base Rush.
Wow. That's news to me. I know they're coming to Arizona in April, so I'm excited about that. You get to go, wow.
And I do have another one of my favorite veterans in the background. I would love to have him come on in and join this conversation too.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and bring him on in. Thomas Long is here joining us. Thomas, so good to see you. How are you?
Good. Thank you very much. God bless you all. I'm just so excited to be surrounded by amazing people right now. Susan, the energy and the spirit that you bring to everything, what Brian is doing with Project Die Hard, the energy and the passion that Mark brings to every time he talks to anybody, and the calmness, peace, and love and joy that Anthony brings just by being here, and you get to be around him. It's just amazing. So I'm grateful to be around each and every one of you, and God places us in the right place at the right time with his people.
Well, hold on. I want you to say that again when my wife comes in, okay?
Really.
Good to see you, man. Thank you.
Anthony's the most positive thinker. Never worries about anything. Never nervous about anything. Everything is perfect. He doesn't worry about a single thing all the time. That
That's
calm, peaceful life.
Absolutely.
Your nose is
And
growing,
we will
We'll let it
we
go.
look for those Zells to come in right after this meeting there, Brian.
Well,
Anthony.
there you go. Always be closing, baby. Always be closing.
Yeah, so I love what I've been sitting back there listening to, all the things that are going on, everything that's happening. I got to watch the update, the Monday update by Brian and Susan. Absolutely wonderful, the things that are happening. The power and the positivity that Mark and Anthony bring to anything that they touch and everywhere that they go is just phenomenal. I love what they'll be able to do for the veterans that are involved in your resource program, Project Die Hard. And I'm so blessed to be able to be a part of that process, to be a part of the expansions, and to be a part of everything with Mark and Anthony. It's absolutely been a God-given blessing to be able to meet these my fellow veterans, all three of you, and then to be around Susan and Kurt is just another beacon of light.
Man,
Beacon of light. Speaking of beacon of light, where is our beacon of light?
Here soon.
Where is our beacon of light? And Thomas, you let me and Anthony in on a little secret recently, and I don't want to spread that secret. And I know you may not want to share it either. But can you give people a preview, a kind of like a little peek at what you're thinking about doing coming in 2026?
Yeah. So what Mark's leading into is myself and a couple other people are bringing together. It is going to be the most powerful global networking opportunity for veterans, for all kinds of different communities. We're going to be bringing them together, being able to connect them, get them working with one another, and being able to create that network referral system that each and every business across the globe needs, wants, and is looking for, so they can create that perpetual economic engine and sustainability, Mark.
Wow. That's going to be huge.
Yeah, look, guys, you join Project Die Hard's community support program, and we plug you into these people. Okay? I only take the best for my brothers and sisters. That's why you just can't email and say, hey, give me Mark's number. No, that doesn't work that way. Okay? My people are going to vet you before we plug you. Before you get access to these guys, you got to pass Project Die Hard's
Set of standards. The standards that you guys have put out there, and the ability to be able to work with people is phenomenal. And it's absolutely great what they do by literally, as Brian said, vetting us isn't a process like a federal background check, but it's getting to know you. They want to know who you are. They want to know where you are. They want to know what you're doing and who you're doing it for before they allow you to be a part of their resource process, so they know that you're out there doing what's right when eyes aren't on you. And it's a fabulous thing.
I want to ask you a favor. As a veteran. I want to ask you a favor as a business owner. I want to ask you a favor as a senior citizen. I want you to ask you a favor as an American citizen. I want to ask you a favor as someone whose father was in the Navy also. So it's a legacy thing. And I want to ask you a favor. Brian, is the main goal we have here, the number one goal we're trying to do is really help veterans that are off the grid, that are not necessarily wanting to be part of the system. And that's okay. Maybe because they feel the system hasn't done them right. And guys, I'm telling you, the system has not done them right. I live 2 miles from a VA hospital right here in Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm going to show all the respect I can to that VA hospital. But guys, I'm going to tell you right now, veterans do not get what you think they're getting. All right, just because you see them on Veterans Day having a parade, or just because you see them getting a 10% off at the grocery store, that's not enough. For what they gave to this country, for what they did for this country, you should every day. If some people say, "Oh, thank a soldier," don't thank a soldier. Appreciate that soldier, appreciate that sailor, appreciate that Marine. And here's how we're going to ask you to do this. I need 96 people across this great country of ours, okay, across the world, because we're going to put this on the Mark TV. We're going to put this on nonprofit TV. We're going to reach 500 million people. Okay, and I'm going to ask you one little favor. I need 96 people each month. Now, there's a number I'm going to give you. It's 22. Now, Brian can explain this a lot more than I can because it's been his mission for a long time. But 22 is the original number that they came up with for veterans that commit suicide each and every day because of their mental, what goes through themselves with PTSD and everything else they go through. Okay, that was a number. Well, I can tell you that right now, the number is tripled. All right, I'm sure Brian and Thomas can attest to that. So we're going to only make it 22. We're going to use the lowest number, 22, and ask you for a favor. We need 96 people each month to give $22. That number, all right, puts us where we need to be. All right, that gets we can pay for the utilities and we can start building this building that we need for veterans. The first one's going to be in Illinois, right outside Kentucky. All right, and we need this. We need this. We're not begging. We're not even asking. We're expecting it. All right, we're not begging. We're veterans. We don't beg and we don't ask. We volunteered our entire lives to give back to you. It's your turn, and I'm not going to beg you or ask you. I'm going to set as a precedence. I'm going to be disappointed if you don't do it. All right, and I'm telling you straight up. I don't know. I wasn't disappointed when the Navy enlisted me, and when I volunteered to be in the Navy, they didn't enlist me. I didn't get drafted. I volunteered. So I'm asking you to do the same thing. Volunteer. Now I know times are tough. But I'm asking for $22. That's all. And I need 96 people to do it each and every month. And then I need 96 people to do it each and every day. And then I need 96 people to do it each and every hour. And then I need 96 people to do it each and every minute. Because I guarantee you know a veteran. Family, friend, somebody, I guarantee you know a veteran. So give.
Absolutely.
Yeah, look, guys, I have never taken a dime from this mission. And I never will. Sue, what's your salary?
I volunteer.
Oh, look, see how this works?
Well, we can already tell you, Sue is a college professor, so salary is not something she's used to anyway. So
yeah, but this is the point I'm trying to make to people to understand that there are guys like me out here that are actually doing it the right way. The right way.
Well, see, that's the difference, though, Brian. That's what people in this country are used to. They're used to the organizations that I won't name that have taken billions of dollars and bought islands, billions of dollars and bought private corporate jets and done corporate, sponsored parties multiple times per year because they only give less than 10% of their actual income to the mission. So that's what people are used to. That's what people are afraid of. But what it is organizations like yours, organization like PA Wounded Warriors, those types of organizations that give everything they get, or at least 96 cents of every single dollar that comes in, back to their mission, what it is that they're doing, not to themselves, not to employees, not to these things. They're taking care of the mission that they have dedicated and put out in front. The other issue that they see, Brian, is that we have so many veteran service organizations that are out there that do not speak to each other, that fight over the same resources, that claim veterans as being theirs and we got to take care of them and they want to be one-stop shops, rather than getting the other organizations involved to utilize the resources together to make the largest possible impact they can in a community, which then builds that community up. Instead of trying to be the boat that gets up the tide and gets up the river out to the ocean, let us be the tide that rises all boats to where they need to be. Let us be the tide out here for Jesus Christ and God and raise everyone.
Hallelujah, amen.
Yeah, look. Our part, Project Die Hard, what was laid on my heart after God saved my life was a safe, secure place where veterans can find hope.
That's right.
That was the start.
Yep.
Now, let's expand that years down the road, and God blessed us with 20 acres and a 10,000 square foot building.
Mm-hmm.
So, resource partners, from day one, you have a program, you have something that can benefit veterans. You need a space to do it in. Reach out. I will.
Brian, how long? Brian, tell him, Brian, how long were you in? How long did you? How much part of your life? And let me ask you. Let me put it this way, okay, guys. Let me put it this way. You know what? They're being polite. I'm a cranky old senior. I'm 64 years old, so I could be a cranky old senior. Okay. They're being polite. Here's what they're trying to tell you. We're not corrupt. All right. We're all in businesses. We are not. This is not our payday. This is not our paycheck. This is not what we do for a living. We do this because we're asked by God and by it's in our will. It's in our heart. It's in our soul to do this because we serve. So, Brian, I want to ask you a question. And I don't want to be like, and you're not a woman, so I can ask this question. How old are you right now?
59.
Okay. And how many years did you serve?
26.
That's almost half his life. Now, I'm sure you can do math. Okay. That would be 20, half of his life would be 29. He put 26 years of his life into the military as a combat medic. That means he almost gave half his life. And you know what he's doing with the rest of his life? Helping those that served. So how much dedication is that? Now, if this man he should not be asking you for money. He should not be asking you for the volunteering. He should not be asking you for anything. You should be begging him to take it. Begging him to take it. He shouldn't be asking you at all because he deserves it. So do me a favor. One less Starbucks. All right. One less, what do we, Dutch Brothers, one less cookie, one less ice cream, one less of something a week. That's $5 a week. All right. $22 a month. Okay. To give back. I'm not asking a lot. That's less than $1 a day to give to a man who spent half his life making sure your freedom.
But it's not even giving it to him; it's giving it to Project Die Hard. And
yeah, so that's exactly. He's not. That's exact. He's not asking you for anything. Right. He's not personally asking you for anything. He's asking you to help the mission.
Right, 100%.
But I'm saying he dedicated half his life, yes. And now he's giving the rest of his life to the mission.
Yep.
And you know why he does it? Because it's God's will. Because he believes that it's what he's supposed to be doing. It's what he's been asked to do.
All of us here have been asked to do it. We're walking his path, his direction, moving in the same direction. And that's what's beautiful about all of us coming together. I know Anthony's very quiet. I know Anthony doesn't jump in, but he's walking the same thing, doing the same thing, bringing the same energy, taking care of this mission. And his heart is filled with doing all of these things. And it's so beautiful to be able to see when you change somebody's life, when you watch them change. I know Susan and Brian know a little bit more about my story than Mark and Anthony, and have seen me change over the past year and a half, where I've been on these podcasts with them and been doing these things with them. I'm a 3-time suicide survivor. I'm a former raging alcoholic. It's just, guys, when you see what you can do, there's a reason that we were put here. And we're here. If you remember, any fellow veteran that listens to this, if you remember going through any basic training, I don't care what branch it was, at one point you had to put your hand down and help the next veteran, that next service member up over an obstacle. One way or another through basic, you had to do that. I don't care what basic training it was in. That's what we're here doing right now. That's what Brian's mission is. We're putting that hand out to help you come up over that obstacle, to get to where you need to be, so we can rise, so we can raise you up to where you want to go, because we're here still as one family, one team, united in this great nation.
Good, Anthony Turpin. I mean, you live down there in Texas. There's a lot of veterans in Texas. I know that for a fact, okay? And I mean, you're not far from probably Fort Hood and stuff like that. Tell us, you see veterans every single day.
Yeah,
what do you see?
Yeah, I mean, I go to the VA for medical care, so I go to the one in Harlingen, Texas, and I talk to them every day, and I get calls every week from different groups doing different things. And I'll just say this, like, we all started, well, at least, everybody in this room started with nothing and built something. And, it took those small investments from people to believe in me a long time ago, in what I was doing when I had a handful of locations and not a lot of credibility or anything else. And it grew to this thing where we're, all over the state, all over the country now. Well, and I don't think about the results often, but today, I'm thinking about what happened today. And I had a Texas House representative sit down with me for an hour and just talk. And part of what we were talking about were, believe it or not, veterans and mental care, and how can we get legislature in action to change this. And and I have access to some politicians sometimes. It surprises even me, where I know for a few years ago they wouldn't have given me the time of day, but somebody believed in this broken vet to give me a little chance, give me a little money. And I did what I said, just like Brian's doing. He'll do what he says. And guess what? It reached a few people. And I'm surprised even now, even though we have this, I tell you the numbers, I'm still surprised when people say, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I saw that. What you did, it hit me. I liked it. And now I've got someone involved, and every single life is important. I'm not counting. It's not a contest for me. They're all important. I might spend way too much time on one particular person or one particular thing, but I'm going to do what I'm moved to do and what I feel like doing. And thank God he gave me the ability and the privilege to be able to do that and work with people like you. There's amazing people in this room. Sue's even quieter than I am, and she is amazing behind the scenes. I can't even get my head around how you manage all that. And Mark and Tom and Brian, I mean, I'm privileged just to be in the room with you guys. So yeah, you're investing in a great group, and you know what? We're going to get the message out. We're going to affect some change. And speak of, one other person who's fantastic, Kurt. Welcome, Kurt.
Beacon of light.
Yeah.
The one who brought really all of us together, at least from where I'm sitting. I think Mark could say the same thing.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, I had my head down working here in Texas. I have no social media presence. You can vouch for that, Mark. And all of a sudden, Kurt calls me and says, "Hey, what's this nonprofit TV thing? I had an idea and you took my name." It's kind of how the conversation went. And I told him what I was doing, and he encouraged me and connected me to all these great people now. And next thing you know, we're building streaming channels. I'm meeting people in this room that are doing some fantastic things. It took it to the next level, and everybody's got that capability. I never would have thought I'd end up here when I started. Wasn't the goal, but here we are. So I'm gonna take advantage of it. Like you said, we're soldiers. We just get to work. Get to work, get it done.
Execute.
Again, folks, understand this. Forward Operating Base Rush is in Makanda, Illinois. We are, look at my eyes, hear my voice. We are building a facility in every state. We are. But we only build one at a time because it has to be perfect.
That's right.
Veterans live everywhere.
I want to ask Kurt. Now, Kurt's not a veteran, and I don't think he was brought up in a military family. At least I don't know. He hasn't told me yet. But Kurt, why do you spend so many hours a day helping veterans? Why do you do it?
I do it for the value of life, devotion to my Heavenly Father, to say that sacred scripture has taught me that you can either breathe life or death in any given situation, any person, anything. And, Sue and I went on a quest to get people involved in water skiing. And I got down to the crossroads of when I learned about this issue of veteran suicide a dozen years ago. I was at a point of making a decision. Do I just go on and just, worry about everybody else coming in the sport of water skiing? Or do I look at it that, learning that, veterans are losing the battle to the demons and their life on earth is lost, to be a part of saving lives, practicing that as an EMT, pre-hospital care, life-saving mission to me is at the forefront of mortality. forefront of being brothers and sisters populating this planet, 8 billion strong. And, so to me, it's an immediate, you lose the life of a veteran. And then with that, there's loss of opportunity of what could have been, like to say to water ski, or in the field of employment, or in a faith community. There's just so much possibilities. So the idea is coming up against fear and bringing into it courage, and with this mission, spreading hope to veterans. It's just become part of my fabric, looking at, there's a writing and a message shared that by the time, like if you look at octogenarians today, 80-year-olds and older, there's someone who put it together that basically 80,000 people have been a part of forming, how an 80-year-old got to do all the things that 80-year-old can do. So that's 10,000 a year. It's a lot of people involved in, what a life brings. And in disability advocacy, I learned about caregiving, and, in agency work, that they learned in the last 20 years that they can't just look at the beneficiary of the government program. They have to look at who is supporting that beneficiary at home, and their support network, and all the things. And I just started to get all these insights for veterans, say that, it's kind of like a nana nana boo boo thing. Nana nana boo boo, you can have it. And we're screaming that at veterans. Our society, and me included, until I got into the game here, that's pretty much the way I felt I was living my life. Nana nana boo boo, what Kurt Roscoff is doing, you veterans can't have it. And it's kind of like, why are we singing that song, people? Let's let veterans have everything we got, because like Mark, you pointed out, you all earned it. That's what I'm here to do.
Roger that. And, a lot of the beautiful things that we're talking about, there's even other groups that aren't here today that aren't represented. Like, the Green Star Initiative and the other people that are out there doing things to protect not only just the veterans, because like Kurt said, if a veteran's life is lost, who's left behind holding the bag? Their families. And it's a trickle down effect. And the families of the veterans that we have different, there's symbols out there that most people might not even know. You can ask anyone, do you know what a blue star means? That's a veteran's family who their soldier, their service member is deployed. Gold star families, people have heard about that because that's the family member, wife, child of someone who lost their life in service. But there's also Green Star families that are out there that the legislation, like Anthony was talking about, that we're helping get passed this across the nation to be federally recognized, so we can have families of those veterans that have taken their lives be taken care of. The stigmata of suicide can be talked about. And those veterans that are out there that need help, seeking help, are willing to go for help, get the help that they need. Those that are scared will no longer be scared, because we will talk about it openly. We will have it in the forefront of what is going on. We will make change. Mark, Brian, Anthony, Kurt, Sue. We will make change across this nation in the veteran community, veteran legislation, and this nation as God deems to raise those communities from where they are.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Long, BizVet. God bless.
Yeah. Look, guys, this is, I'm glad that the mantle is being raised here. Okay. Because I've talked to each one of you individually. You understand what our facilities could be doing right now today. I wish Sarah was here, because she volunteered with the mission. And then she reached out and said, I can't volunteer. And I went, why? She goes, I'm becoming homeless. And I went, no. And I dropped everything to get that veteran help. She's stable now. And what does she come back? You saw these nice new graphics? That's not me. That's Sarah. I love her. I put crazy ideas out and she goes, hey, does this work? And I'm like, yeah. But everybody wants flash right now. But right now doesn't do anything.
Right.
I don't know how many times I get approached. Oh, help us put a veteran in a hotel for a week.
Right.
My two questions: who's going to be with them 24 hours a day? And who's going to minister to them? Well, no, we're just going to put them in a room. That doesn't solve anything.
Nope.
That does not solve anything.
No. And the thing that people don't get, Brian, is that you're not just helping homeless individuals. That's not what Mark's mission is. That's not what Anthony's mission is. That's not what my mission is. We're not just here to help homeless vets. We're helping veterans across all spectrums, every spectrum. If there's a question, if there's a resource need, if there's any kind of need, that's what we're here for, answering those questions. That's what the resources that Brian's talking about bringing together is supposed to be there for. You know, like just proof in the pudding. Mark put out there, hey, Tom, I need you, and so did Anthony, I need you to get me a commercial on the different things that you're doing so we can put it out there to help more veterans across the nation. I'm getting them a 30-second video about the Cash to Keys program for veterans. That is a national program that can help veterans take their VA home loan from being down here and being looked at as a problem to being a cash delivery offer on buying a home, because they get backed by a national organization that lets them do their VA home loan at no cost to them be a cash offer. So now they're the number one kind of offer to be able to purchase a home. They help them build their credit at no cost to these veterans. Wow, what an idea to take care of those that served this nation. Now this organization wants to serve us and help us get to where we want to be homeowners. So we don't have veterans going from almost being homeless to being homeless. We have veterans going from homeless to owning homes. That's the difference. Having those kinds of things.
Yeah, check it out. I'm the middle ground there.
Right. Yeah.
You know, wait, Brian, you know what? Go ahead. But I'm just going to say one thing. You mentioned homeless vets, okay? And that's not the only veterans we want to help. I mean, I know a lot of veterans that are very successful business owners. They came out as colonels, generals, captains. They did 30 years. These are veterans too. We're not just talking about homeless veterans. We're talking about veterans, period. Yes. All right. There's a lot of veterans that are very successful, and yet they live these secret lives where like I have a friend of mine. His name is Matt Matt Whiteman, and Matt, got out as a major in the Air Force, and that guy had every single problem you could have: PTSD. He had it all. I mean, he was diagnosed with every single possible thing you could have. When he got out, he wore a backpack for years. He was a combat officer. So these are guys that he reached colonel. I mean, he didn't come out broke, but he came out broken. A lot of veterans, when they get out, they may look good. They may look like they come out. They're Marines, they're Army, they're built. They look like they make a T-shirt look like it's a Band-Aid on them. I mean, they're ripped and gripped. I mean, they are. I see them every single day at the gym and all the other places I see them. But they're not. They're just because they're looking good and they're not homeless. They're not messed up. They're not on drugs. They're still messed up. They're broken. And just because they hide it well doesn't mean they're not. So all veterans need help.
Yes.
Oh, look.
All levels.
Hey, check this out, guys, girls. I love the fact that everybody says, man, Doc, you're always there. You're always there. When I call, you answer the phone. You drop everything and come help me. Yeah, guys, that keeps me going.
That's right.
Okay. There are days that I don't want to get out of bed. That's coming up real soon. Because, yeah, the first death I ever witnessed was Desert Storm on Christmas Eve. That one is seared in my mind.
Roger that. Roger that, brother.
Yeah. I have people I call when I'm in those moods. A couple of them here are on the screen that say, it's okay, man. You're all right. Take a breath. Take a knee. I need that sometimes.
Huh?
I'm human just like everybody else. I mean, yeah, guys, girls, veterans, I'm here for you. Everybody on the screen is here for you. Do not give up. Reach
215-520-8826. 24/7. Call me. That's my cell number. Write to me. If you got an issue, a problem, situation, or just need somebody to listen, I'm here.
again, folks. See, I'm just doing what I was told to do.
Thomas will answer the phone. He's not a robocall.
Roger that.
Oh, Mark, my team wants me to forward my number out sometimes so they can answer. And what do I tell you guys all the time? You're not ready for it yet.
Only those who Brian will give his number out to those who commit to the mission. Commit to the mission and you'll get Brian's phone number. Commit to the mission and you'll get my phone number. Commit to the mission and you'll get Kurt's phone number. Commit to the mission, you'll get Anthony's phone number. Commit to the mission, you won't get Sue's number. But that's another story. But seriously, we let Sue take care of Kurt, right? That's a mission in itself. But seriously, we reach out to us. I mean, we're not hiding, we're helping.
Yeah.
And speaking of helping, oh my gosh, what a crew here tonight. When you guys, I truly can't thank you enough for all the words, all the wisdom, all the pieces you guys are bringing together here. And you guys know by now, we always end by sharing a word of hope for our veterans. So I'm going to just go around the room here and give you each just a moment to share one last word. And I'm going to literally go around my screen. Brian, I'm starting with you.
Hope is eternal. Don't give in to the demons. I know their voices are getting louder and louder every day. The holidays are going to do that, guys. We know it's coming. Don't listen to them. Stand there and say, no, I survived last year. I'll do it again this year. Come and join us at a fellowship breakfast. Or how about next Friday at Meredith's Family Grind in Paducah? That big open space in the back of their downtown coffee location that they're donating to us for you guys to sit and have coffee and talk. See how this works? We're here for you.
Awesome. All right, Mark, over to you.
And Paducah, Kentucky's got to be on somebody's bucket list. All I can say is, I keep switching hats. And the reason I'm switching hats is because I've been taking screenshots of this. And right after we're done, I'm going to do what I do best. I'm going to go on social media and I'm going to reach out to all my followers on both Facebook and LinkedIn, and all my, my Rolodex, or my contact list, as they call it now. And I'm going to share this to everybody. And I'm going to share the fact that it says On the Mark TV. And I'm going to share the fact that it says On the Mark TV, hashtag Easy Way Family. And I'm going to share the fact that it says On the Mark TV, hashtag nonprofit. Because of all the things I do and share with, we have 3 major streaming networks reaching 500 million people to get the word out. You know what I want to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll give you a free 20-minute show. That's 22-minute show on my television channel, you and your brand, all right, free, all right? If you donate $22 to Project Die Hard, I'll give you 22 minutes of television time in front of 500 million people if you donate $22 to Project Die Hard.
That was a subscription of $22 a day for a year, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll take 22. You know what, guys, I'm not greedy. I'll take whatever, just donate to Project Die Hard, and I'll give you free time in front of 500 million people. I'll give you a show, and I'll run that show 4 times in a month.
Ooh,
For free. I'll do it for free. Just donate money to Project Die Hard. Start at $22 and go as hard as you can. Normally, it's $250 processing fee and $100 a month. And I'll give it to you free if you donate money to Project Die Hard.
Amazing. Thank you, Mark. Oh my gosh. So Kurt, over to you.
All right.
Follow that.
Sorry.
I'm gonna run alongside of that. So I need you. I'm relying on you. I have faith in you. We are doing this together, and to do it together, that includes you. I'm not a veteran. I am vulnerable. I've learned that it is important to get you talking to your brother and sister veterans and help contribute to the veteran community as a non-veteran. So I'm here as an ambassador, carrying the mission, going out there and teaching people like I had to be taught. I had to be taught a lot of these dynamics, and I continue to learn. And along my journey here with you, I have learned that, like church hurt, and all the topics that we cover here on Mission Monday. I mean, Sue and I both, we have been gaffed at the things we learn, that veterans have to conceal their veteran identity when they're in the employment space in the workforce, and just all the disparagements that just are baffling to me, because I tell people, I'm as much of a scaredy cat as anybody else. I'm afraid of the dark. I'm afraid of heights. I'm claustrophobic. I'm all the things. So everything that all of the veterans have done to, keep it that I could just be safe at home, I appreciate what you have done for me. And now let's do this together and do this for everybody, for all of humankind, in and out of the veteran community. This is a bonding experience. Please be with us here day in and day out. I look forward to being thankful on Thanksgiving that you're still here with me. That means a lot. Over to you, Thomas. I believe you're next.
Sue, am I next?
You're up. It's all you, man.
You're the boss. I want to make sure that I was cleared through the boss first. So yeah, just remember, you're not alone. We're here together, all of us. One family, one team, united together. That hand that comes down to help over the obstacle, right here on this channel, right now, reach out. Let us know you're in need. We will find a way. Doesn't matter if you're Illinois or Paducah, Kentucky, or Podunk, North Carolina. It don't matter. We have the way to get you figured out, taken care of, connected to the right resource that can change the situation that you're facing right now. Reach out. God bless. Save the best for last.
Anthony, over to you.
Yeah, am I up? Does that mean I'm up? Oh, sorry.
No, you're right. That's the big thing we want everyone to know is you're not alone. And maybe if you're like me, I think a lot of people, you're scared to death of when it gets quiet and when the day's over and you got time to yourself to think, because that's when a lot of things hit. And so that's why I don't sleep much and I try to stay busy and just keep running and keep working. But thing is, you can replace those memories. And here's what you do. You do something like scan that code up in the corner and you do that one little thing. And the next time you get a quiet moment, you get a little better feeling to replace some of those bad ones with. And you keep doing it, and you keep doing that. And eventually you get to a better place. And then you can help someone else get to a better place.
Preach, brother. No wonder they say it's the Bible Belt in Texas. Those are people in Texas know how to preach. Good God.
Bless.
God
Good God, those people in Texas know how to preach.
Sue, what is yours?
As always, I say you're here for a reason. God's not done with you yet. Find out what that reason is. I mean, look at this room. Look at the amazing people that are surrounding me here and speaking all these words, all this truth out to all of you. So please hop on board, see what you can do, talk to us, see what is in this for you. I don't know what that is for you. Only you can know that, but just know that you are here for a reason and God is not done with you yet. Oh my gosh, join us here every Monday night because it's amazing. There's so much going on, so much to learn, so much to soak in. Thank you so much for all that you guys give and for all who are listening. As always,